let's move on. I've got to be real. I'm most excited to talk about this one tonight. Big Ocean. Big Ocean are a three-member boy group that debuted on April 20th under Parastar Entertainment. These members are a little bit different than most K-boy groups, K-pop debuts, because they're older. These guys are debuting, I think they range in age from like 20 to 25, and they're also hearing impaired. They actually debuted on Korea's Persons with Disabilities Day. They're the first hearing impaired K-pop group. All three members lost their hearing at different parts in their lives. So they can hear now with the help of cochlear implants and hearing aids. They're not traditional trainees. They had full lives before deciding to do this. One of them was an audiologist, one was like a full-time influencer, another one was on the para ski team for downhill racing. So these weren't guys that like grew up in the trainee system, but they were interested. And when the opportunity presented itself, so they decided to give it a shot. This group started as 7 members. Only 3 of them ended up sticking with it and debuting. And that's because it's so hard. What they're doing is incredibly, incredibly difficult. Like, it's hard for people who don't have the extra challenge of being hearing impaired. Staff members help the group keep the beat visually. They sit below them and like clap to the beat. They have screens flashing to help them. And then they also wear watches during their live performances that like flash brightly and they vibrate to the beat to help them. They also said they can feel kind of the vibrations through the floor. And each member has a different level of hearing loss. So like vocally, that's very difficult. So they do use auto tune and some AI technology to help the vocal performance. This is the one time I'm not going to be mad about that. I think that's like, yeah, that's when technology can actually be very helpful and should be used. So, yes, I'm fine with that. It's worth noting before we talk about the song, one of the members shared that RM, Namjoon from BTS, donated 100 million won, that's like $75,000, to the school he was attending. It was a school for deaf children. And RM donated that music for arts and music programs. He recognized, like, just because these people might have a disability, just because someone's deaf, doesn't mean they can't create music and be a part of this world. I love that. I love that so much. That was in 2019, I think, is when he did that. Kudos to him. I wish more people recognized and understood that. Just because someone might not have the capability in the same way that you and I do doesn't mean they're not interested. Doesn't mean they don't want to sit at a piano and learn to play or learn to dance or learn to sing. And why stop them from that? Why not encourage them to do it? There's so much with this group that's inspiring and beautiful. And I think in moments where people have the resources like RM to donate to a school for deaf children and encourage them to get into music, I love it. I absolutely love it. It's very inspiring to me personally. But I'm here to talk about the music. I critique music. So let's talk about this debut. The single is called Glow. It's a remake of a song called Hope by HOT. They made this song their own. I think this is such a like upgrade from the original, no shade, but it's brighter, smoother production. It feels current and fun. And I think most importantly, the lyrics are really meaningful. It's a kind of about facing challenges together, and it's very uplifting in the end. There's a lyric that says, I held the treasure in the deep sea. Rather than being silent, I raised my voice. Wow, can you hear me? Me who was inarticulate, me who was always scared as if I was alone. I love that. I yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. And they all do a really great job. And I like that their voices sound a little bit different. You can easily distinguish each member. There's a lot of character in the performance. I love this song. I love it. And to be quite honest, after the week I've had, I need this song. I need a song about kind of getting through it. an uplifting, warm song. So I'm a huge fan of this. The music video was interesting. It wasn't kind of the traditional music video. It showed their journey. It was very behind the scenes. It shows them practicing, how the song came together. I have to say, their choreography, they didn't go easy on these people just because they're hearing impaired. This choreography is hard. It's typical K-pop choreography. It's very difficult. And they nail it. They do such a great job. It's so fun watching it all come together. Because again, I don't think unless you have dealt with that, you understand how difficult that must be. Really, really difficult. And they just killed it. It moved me to tears to watching their team work with them moved me to tears. It was really powerful and beautiful. They can do it just like other idols. They can do it. It just takes a little more work. It takes people who are willing to figure out, how do we make this work? How can we make this work? These guys have the abilities. They're great dancers. Let's figure out how to make this work. It was inspiring for me and should be inspiring for everyone. This is so freaking beautiful. They're really handsome. All three members are really handsome and they're wonderful performers. I love watching them perform. It brought a smile to my face. I watched like the weekly shows where they got to perform. They killed it. They should be so proud of themselves and their team should be so proud. They executed something that when I first heard it, I was like, how is that going to work? Okay, they're deaf. How can they be a K-pop group? It was hard for me in that first moment to realize, how is this going to work? It was so cool to watch the behind the scenes, watch their interviews, realize how it all came together. And I think a company like Parastar Entertainment, who's dedicated to working with people with disabilities, it's so powerful. It's so powerful. I think for a lot of people who, don't have disabilities and don't have those issues, all people want to do is just be seen as equal. They don't want to be treated special. They just want to be seen as equal. They're just like everyone is just like everyone else when it comes down to it. We all want to fit in. We all want to be loved. All of those feelings are universal, whether you have a disability or not. And I love things like this because it puts kind of in the forefront, at least for me personally, how similar we all are. How similar we are, and also how a lot of people get handed a pretty crappy deal in life. And it's amazing how they're able to overcome that and succeed at things that the average person can't do. I can't do this. I would have been kicked out of being a trainee. I would have never debuted. Let's get real. My mouth would have ruined that opportunity for me no matter how much I tried. I just think it's very beautiful to give people equal opportunity. To me, this is what equality is. To me, this is what equal opportunity is. I love seeing people who have to work even harder, knock it out of the park, execute that choreography, give killer performances on the big stage. I'm so proud of Big Ocean. And I think, again, the biggest thing in this is the song is good. They're talented. Whether they're disabled or not, I love this group. They're adorable and I'm rooting for them. So, I'm definitely not just saying I like it because of the storyline behind them. I think the song is great. I think it's really cute. They're very likable. I'm rooting for them. I'm a big, Big Ocean fan, and I will review their releases moving forward. And this means a lot too. People say representation matters. I watched a video of hearing impaired fans from all over the world congratulating them on their debut. It was so heartwarming. This means something to people who don't feel seen or heard. You don't have to be self-conscious of your voice, no matter what it sounds like. Even if you can't hear it, you don't have to be scared to have a voice. I loved this. I'm so, so proud. I gotta say, I don't have a bias though, because I think these three members have very different personalities, and they're all like really charming and likable. I watched a great interview with them and I'm like, oh, I love him. Oh, no, wait. So I'm triple biasing Big Ocean. They're great. Congratulations. So amazing to see. And I just want to see more. I think you knocked it out of the park. And congratulations to the team. Everyone involved in this. Amazing work.